All right, guys, what is going on? Match reaction: Newcastle 1, Arsenal nil. And well, what a terrible performance from Arsenal. And I think the question is that them out of the title race already? If Manchester City win their game today, they go 8 points clear of Arsenal, and that is substantial. That is big. That is big. 8 points is big. It is. A terrible performance though from Arsenal. I mean, out of their last 3 games, they haven't won a game. One point out of 9 in their last 3 games. They're on a bad run of form at the minute, Arsenal, and I don't think they're out of the title race yet. I personally don't think they are, but I think many people will think they are out of a title race now. You know, just a terrible, terrible performance. It really was bad by Arsenal today. It really was. I mean, flat in attack, lacked quality. Really, there was only one bit of quality in the whole game, which led to the goal, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But back to Arsenal, you can't be playing like that. If you want to win a league title, you can't play like that. I predicted Newcastle would win this game. I thought they would win, which they did. And this was a big game for Arsenal. This was a big game. After drawing to Liverpool, after losing to Bournemouth away, this was a big game, and they haven't responded. And the game, it did lack quality. It did. I think for Arsenal, it's going to be a difficult challenge now, especially if Man City win today. It's going to be very, very hard for Arsenal to get back into this title race, in my opinion. Yes, they can still do it, but it's going to be some challenge. Um, and Arsenal were poor. They really were. I know I keep saying it, but I'm stunned by that performance from Arsenal. Stunned, really. I didn't expect them to play that bad, to be honest. I know St James's Park is, the atmosphere is always good. Newcastle away typically nowadays is a tough place to go for any team. And Arsenal clearly found it difficult today, but I wasn't expecting them to perform that bad. I was expecting a little bit of a response from Arsenal, and they just didn't get it. They just didn't get it. But for Newcastle, big win for Newcastle. Haven't started the season great. I was saying in the watch along that win, could really help Newcastle. They might go on a little bit of a run now. That's a momentum builder, that victory. And yeah, it's a big win for Eddie Howe and his players, because I think Newcastle needed a victory today. And they managed to get it. Newcastle weren't great either. They weren't great, but they had that quality, which was the difference. And what a goal it was. But yeah, huge win for Newcastle. And Eddie Howe will be very, very pleased with that performance. But yeah, let's talk about the goal. What a goal it is by Alexander Isak. Honestly, it's such a good goal. It really is. Comes in the 12th minute. Newcastle try and boot it up long, and I think it's towards Willock. Partey comes in front of Willock, and he wins. He actually wins the header. Partey. He wins the header, and he just gives it straight back to Isak. It's a poor header from Partey. Partey's got to be heading it up the pitch. Instead, he just heads it straight to Isak, and then finds its way out wide to Anthony Gordon. And the delivery by Anthony Gordon it's a striker's dream. That cross, honestly, it is. It is put in with so much pace, and it's accurate. It's one of the best assists I've seen in the Premier League this season. First time, absolutely whipped it in. Isak meets it flush. Top left corner. No chance for David Raya. The ball's already past him by the time he's dived. It's an unbelievable goal from Newcastle. It really is. a really good goal. That is what strikers dream of. Crosses into the box like that, and Isak did not disappoint with the finish. Brilliant header by Isak as well. The cross is good. Well, no, the cross is unbelievable actually, but the header as well, unbelievable. To get the accuracy on the header as well it takes some skill, and that was the quality. That was the only bit of quality in the game really, and Newcastle provided it, and ultimately that's given them the win. To be honest, I also think for Newcastle, some of their big players needed to step up today, and they did. I.e. Bruno Guimaraes. I think Bruno Guimaraes played phenomenal today. I think he was a leader on that pitch. I think he captained the side today as well. And, he was the leader for Newcastle today, in my opinion. And he had a really, really good performance. But, I've seen Arsenal fans saying sack Arteta at the end of the season if he doesn't win a trophy. I think it's ridiculous. Why would you sack Arteta? This is a project. It's a project. Yes, you've come close to winning the Premier League in back-to-back seasons. This season, you might drift away. And that's, to be fair, that's not progress. You're going backwards. But I don't think you can sack Arteta if he doesn't win a trophy. That'll be incredibly harsh. But we'll see what happens. I don't think Arteta will get sacked, and I don't think Arsenal will sack him. But Arsenal are in trouble at the minute. They play Chelsea away next week at Stamford Bridge. It doesn't get any easier for Arsenal and Arteta. 1 point out of the last 9. 3 games, no wins, poor form. It's not title winning form, that. Rather as relegation form. But what a win for Newcastle. Arsenal in deep, deep trouble in terms of the title race. But Newcastle get the victory, take nothing away from Newcastle. They were superb today. Also in defence as well. Yes, Arsenal lacked it in attack, but that's because of Newcastle's defending. So credit to them for that. But guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of the match. And yeah, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.